You are welcome to the Wealthy Continent channel, a channel dedicated to the great people and continent of Africa. Remember, it is not the place that defines the status of the people. Rather, it is the people that defines the status of the place. I'm going to be talking about seeking guidance from practitioners today. And before I go on, I'd like to share some experiences with you. One of my best quotes is from a man named James Allen. And he said, when you are ready to learn, your teachers will appear. When you are ready to learn. As my children were growing up, swimming was part of the curriculum in school. And I was being an inquisitive person. I wanted to find out what this entailed. So I started looking into swimming. I didn't know how to swim. My wife didn't know how to swim. But these children were taken to the swimming pool on a weekly basis. So I did some digging about swimming. Is it necessary? Is it something that they should go? And I discovered that one, it was a life skill. I discovered that also most victims of water accidents were people of my race. So when I saw those two information, I went beyond the call of duty and enrolled them for swimming and started taking them to the pool. And I started seeing how people swim and how the children were growing up. And it got to a point I told myself, at a particular time, the children will be asked to go into the pool with their parents because they can't be left on their own. So I told myself, it's time to go for lesson. And I enrolled in classes and I started attending lessons and I started learning how to swim. The swimming session taught me many things. At a particular time, I sat down to observe what the pool was like. You know, when you're watching a football match or watching a rugby match or basketball or table tennis, you hear fans say, play it like this. You have done it this way. The fan knows a lot. Why didn't he pass the ball? He could have dived this way. There's a lot that is being said. But I got to know that is a different ball game on the pitch when you're there. So 4 lessons that I learned sitting down, watching the pool, I saw 4 categories of people. The first set I saw were learners. They had their own space and they were being taught. The second type of people I saw were families, children in a shallow area, demarcated. They were having fun, throwing the ball, jumping into water, splashing. Then I looked at the fourth area. It was the deep end. It didn't have a lot of people there. And it was a high-risk area. So you were not allowed to go there if you couldn't swim. The fourth thing I saw was the lanes. I saw 3 lanes, the slow lane, the medium lane, the fast lane, and people were swimming there. I saw that was narrow, and I saw the lesson. The first lesson I saw was that, 1, if you didn't know how to swim, you won't be allowed to go into the deep end because your feet will not be touching the floor. You have to know how to swim because you will need to walk with the water. With the lanes, it was narrow. There were very few people there because it demanded stamina, it demanded skill, it demanded technique. One of the things that amazed me the most about swimming was that I saw it wasn't about the size of a person. I saw it wasn't about the physique. I saw it wasn't about the age. I saw it wasn't about the color's pigmentation. I saw that it had nothing to do with gender. So there wasn't any discrimination with the water, the pool. It had to do with skill, it had to do with techniques, and it had to do with stamina, and all this can be learned. The lesson from the pool showed me if you don't know how to do something, you are limited to a place. But if you know how, you can swim anywhere and everywhere. Now, if you have developed the skill, the technique, the stamina, you can swim anywhere. So those who know how to are free to move around anywhere. Somebody might ask me, how does this relate to finance? If you are not literate financially, you will be limited. But if you are literate and you know what to do, there is no place you find yourself in the great continent of Africa or outside you will thrive. One of the things you need to do is seek practitioners, those who can pass information to you. Look at them. Do they care about people? People who will share valuable information with you always care about well-being. They will ask about your well-being. How are you doing? How's the family? How's work? They will ask about you. What are you doing now? Seek for those people. People who understand financial literacy, they don't show off. They understand it. They know how money works. You need to get closer. Look at their mannerism. Look at their attitude. Look at their character. Look at how they see things. If you can seek those practitioners, they are going to pass valuable information to you. At the end of every video, I will say, a candle does not lose its value by giving light to others. That is how these people are. They are not ashamed or afraid or intimidated to share with you. Please don't go for people who will tell you, God did it. God just blessed me. Anyone that can explain to you cannot teach you or pass anything to you. So look at the individual that you want to go after to pass the information. Now, they may not give you money and their time they jealously guard. But one of the things they will do is test you. They will test whether you are serious, whether you really want to learn. But like I said, when you are ready to learn, your teacher will appear. When they see that you are eager to learn, you are eager to listen. Some people cannot be corrected. They cannot be addressed. They cannot be told anything. So they are limited. If you are going to be a practitioner as well, it's always good to learn from those who are already practitioners. They will pass some information to you. It will help you avoid some mistakes. Now, somebody might tell me, I've looked at my environment. I can't see a person like that. Now, when I was about 24, 25, I started seeing people that I could relate to. Before that time, I related with my brother. We talk about different things. And I started seeing people that I can rub minds with. Now, if you are in that position that you don't have people like that around you, you have to become a learning machine. The book, The Richest Man in Babylon, read it. To be sincere with you, I've lost count on how many times I've read that book. I've lost count on how many times I've listened to the book. I've lost count on how many times I've shared the book with others to say, sit down, you can learn something and start practicing it. You can learn a lot from this book. I once heard about a man who read one book 300 times. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have a choice, but there's value, treasures in the book, and he took his time to dig out such. I believe you can do the same. And as we do that as a people, we will see our status changing from one level to another, and we become really literate. As soon as you are lighted, ensure you light somebody else. If you are getting value from this video, I'd like you to consider subscribing to this channel, liking the video, and sharing with others. Remember, a candle does not lose its value by giving light to others. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.